I'm Bryant, and we're going to be going over question 6 in week 6 quiz access for chapter 3, and we're going to be preparing adjusted entries. This will be like our contra accounts and our prepaid stuff. So the first question is for depreciation on the company's wind turbine equipment for the year is 6,900. So if we remember right, depreciation is when you buy a piece of equipment like a wind turbine that will lose a bit of its lifespan over the year, and you subtract like the use that it's going off of that per year because it's not going to last forever. And that came out to 6,900 for this year. So we want to expend off the 6,900 that was lost during this year due to depreciation. So since that is a expense from the depreciation, we're going to be choosing this one. And expenses are a debit, which we will put first for $6,900. All right, and then we need to create our contra account because we can't just have a debit without a credit. It won't add up. So we want to put that in our accumulated depreciation to accumulate all that depreciation value and to kind of counteract the expense over here. So that is a contra account, which we will credit 6,900. So it's kind of linked to this one in a way. All right. For question number 2, says prepaid insurance for the solar panels has a 3,900 debit balance at December 31st before adjusting for the cost of any expired coverage. Analysis of prepaid insurance shows that 1,550 of unexpired insurance coverage remains at the year end. So let's go ahead and do this. The prepaid insurance is worth 3,900, meaning that they went bought some insurance for $3,900 that would go into the future, and they didn't just expend it all at once. It is expended throughout the year as they use that insurance. So if we look here, at the end of the year, they only had 1,550 left. So if we take down that much money, they spent $2,350 on insurance throughout the year. So we want to expend that for insurance expense. Expenses are debits. So let's put that in to 350. And then to counteract that, we want to take away from our prepaid insurance because our prepaid insurance was 3,900 and now it's 1,550. So we need to credit that because this was an asset that they had and they're taking away the 2,350 from it. Hope that makes sense. Paid insurance 50. Sweet. Okay, number 3. The company received $8,700 cash in advance for sustainability consulting work. So this is an unearned revenue. They got the revenue, but it has not been earned yet. They have not done the service for it. So that's going to be 8,700 unearned revenue, which is a liability. As of December 31st, 1/3 of the sustainability consulting work had been performed before. So we want to divide this by 1/3. Oh wait, what am I doing? 700 divided by 3. So they did $2,900 worth of work, right? So let's go ahead and put that in. We are going to debit that to our unearned revenue because this was the liability and we're going to be taking away 2,900. So we only owe 2/3 left to them, right? So we did that much service, so we're going to take that away from the unearned revenue and debit it. Then over here, we want to counteract that by putting it to our service revenue, wherever that is. There we go. We're going to credit that revenue because we did perform a service of $2,900, right? I hope that makes sense. Let's go on to question 4. As of December 31st, $3,100 in wages expense for the organic produce workers has been incurred but not yet paid. Right? They owe their employees $3,100, but they have not paid it yet. So we're going to put that in. They have that expense, right? They incurred an expense of $3,100 for wages. Expenses are over here, so let's put that in. And then they have not yet paid it, so that's going to be wages payable, right? They can pay it, and that is a liability, so we're going to credit that out. And they do match. All right, I hope that makes sense. And number 5, as of December 31st, the company has earned but not yet recorded. So they have earned $590 in interest revenue from investments in socially responsible bonds. The interest revenue is expected to be received on January 12th. So they have interest receivable, right? They're able to receive $590 of interest. So that is an asset. They have that going towards their name. And then we need to put in that revenue, right? Because they did earn it. That is a revenue. Interest is a revenue. So we need to put in that wherever it is. There it is. 590. All right. So they had a revenue of $590 for interest. They have not received it yet. So it's put on the interest receivable. They still have yet to receive it. And you can see they counteract each other and it all adds up. All right, I hope that helps you guys answer question 6. If you have any questions, please reach out because I'm not the best at explaining unless I know what you guys are having questions with.